Right, welcome back guys, ready for the next mission. So the mission, or the dates of the game, it's the 28th of December. This mission was actually flown on the 30th of December in real life, and then the very next day on the 31st there was a mission down to Cognac, I think. So we're just going to fly this on the 28th because it just sort of marries up the dates quite nicely. This is the target, Ludwigshaven chemical factory. Rubber factory is the secondary. I don't know why the bombs have changed. I didn't want that. I wanted these, I think. I wanted 16 £250 bombs. That's what I want. So 16 general purpose bombs. These are the bombers that are going to go. Loads of newbies on this one, so this might be a bit challenging because, of course, all the newer aircrafts, their crew skills won't be very high. So we obviously lost maximum effort, I think, on the last mission, sadly. Liberty Bell, that's the second, well, that's the highest. Liberty Bell's done 6 missions, so they're going to lead the group. And then we got Chow Hounds, they've done 5 missions. And then we've got a load of newbies, so Bride of Mars, not even done a mission yet, they're the replacements. And then we've got Annie's, who does it, Cutty Sart, and they're sitting out there, some Bad Penny. So these have all done about a mission each, so they're not going to be quite as skilled as maybe the other aircraft in the group, but then the other aircraft are a bit damaged and a few crew members missing, etc. So this is the route, taken off, head off to the east again, and then we're basically going to thread the needle here. So we're going to go in, miss the airspace, the enemy fighters' airspace, come in sort of the northern part of the Netherlands, just past Antwerp. Going to do a little bit of a jink here, trying to sort of stay out of the fighter zones. Might just be able to sort of clip the edge, and might even just change that a little bit. Then go in, deal with the fighters in this zone, and then come down here, try and thread the needle between these two fighter zones. Hopefully they won't affect us too much. Probably going to go through some heavy flak here, just as we sort of pass, was it Bleshhammer? Fly through that. That's going to be the decision point. Look at the weather, and then we want sort of a sort of just past easterly track for the primary target. That's the primary there, the chemical factory. Secondary is the rubber factory, and then the tertiary is an industrial complex. And the best heading for these two is actually about a southerly track. So depends on what target we pick. It's going to be a bit of a tight turn potentially if we pick the rubber factory in the end. And then it's going to be a little bit of a tight turn out to sort of evade and escape out. It's going to come out this way and then head back towards the west, and then basically egress the way we came in. And hopefully we'll just avoid as many fighters as possible. Bombing altitude, real altitude was 22,000 feet on the real missions, so we're going to sort of emulate that and do it about 22,000 feet. And then I've got intermediate altitudes on the way, so we sort of go in quite high, maybe about 30,000, 28,000 feet, drop down to about 22,000 feet for the bomb run, then climb back up again if we can, because the higher you are, the better your true airspeed, so hopefully you'll get back to base a little bit quicker. So this one's going to be quite a long one. Bit of a longer video, depends on what the fighter coverage is like. So let's have a look at the brief and go through. So let's have a quick look at this chemical factory. So yeah, 16 bombs, 2 squadron P-47s. I doubt they'll be with us all the way because they'll probably run out of fuel before they get there. There's used to produce chemical agents, fertilizers, all sorts of things. It's basically going to slow down the war effort of Germany. So only medium priority, but of course this is the real world's or the real life targets they hit, so I'm not really doing this as per the game's recommendation, just doing what they did in real life. Rubber factory, I think that was hit as well, so that's always a decent secondary if we don't get that. And an industrial complex, probably not quite as important, but it's there anyway. So let's just sign that off. So a quick look at the video. So you can see that, I think that was the industrial complex, so that's the big one, that's behind us. And there we go, this is the chemical factory. So it looks a bit like an oil refinery, and you can see there they're sort of heading probably about 110 degrees, and heading should probably be pretty good. So that's going to be the aim of the game, to take that one out. So there we go, let's start the mission, and hopefully we'll do a decent job. here at 7:42 in the morning. Still got the 1st of December. Still the date's slightly wrong on that, but at least the target's correct. Weather's looking pretty good as well. So, any luck, we should have a decent view of the target. Right, as always, let the computer do this bit, take off, form up, and we'll head off and crack on with the mission. Okay, so we're just heading towards the Netherlands now. So you can see, I've just updated the navigation. We need to keep this pretty much as accurate as possible, just to make sure this route is flown as accurately as possible. So we see just to the sort of south of this village here, just past that little corner. Yeah, we're probably just about there, crossed over the road, so probably that side of it. Just about to skirt the edge of this flak zone for Antwerp, so we may get a little bit of flak coming up to meet us. But we just dropped a couple of altitudes as well, so 30,000 feet here, down to 27,000, and then back to 28,000. It's just changed the altitudes and the courses, so hopefully the flak batteries won't be too accurate with that. But we'll see how we go, and of course about to fly in towards the fighter defences as well. So I think we're just south of that, unfortunately, for these two bases. So I don't think the fighters from these bases are going to bother us, but the fighters from this base may well come up and say hello. So let's see how we get on, and hopefully the flak will leave us alone a little bit, and we can just get through it and then carry on down to the target. Okay, so here come the fighters. So let's try and get on top of these. There's good hits on a few of them. Looks like the lead bomber's smoking. Keep an eye on this now. Let's make sure there's no fuel leaks. No, that's okay. Right, I think we've managed to get rid of most of those fighters. So good, doesn't seem to be much damage. There's still one more there. That's alright, he's being fended off. Oh, there's another one as well. So, yeah, still a couple of fighters left to go. Don't think they're going to cause us too many problems. All the bombers seem okay. The lead bomber, his engine 3 is running a tiny bit rough. But apart from that, it's all good. No fuel leaks, no injuries just yet. So just going to keep an eye on these fighters and hopefully just see them off and keep on heading towards the target. Right, so here we are, so a little bit further on, so we've got out the fighter zone defences, that was around here. Very persistent fighters, did quite a lot of attacks, but fortunately not too much damage. The main damage they did, the navigator on the lead bomber was a bit injured, and engine number 3 is running a little bit rough. Apart from that, it's still doing pretty well. And I don't see any fuel leaks, there doesn't seem to be any more injuries. Dropping down now to about 22,000 feet, which is the altitude that they did the bombing run at. So that's what we're going to do. So we're just threading the needle now between these two fighter zone defences. So again, just making sure the navigation accuracy is pretty good, so we don't sort of veer into this one or this one. We will start going to the flak very shortly around here. There's not much we can do about that, but that's just going to be the decision point, and then we can sort of pick which one we want, and then hopefully the primary target, and then we just come back out and egress out the way we come. So that's the plan. We'll see how we get on in the next 10 or 15 minutes, and hopefully we can get for the flak relatively unscathed as well. Okay, it's come up to the decision point now. So if we get the weather, I think the target is over here. I think that's going to be right. Yeah, it's pretty much straight on the nose now, so it's over here somewhere, I believe. So let's have a quick look at the weathers. Cloudy of 7/10. Yeah, that's not ideal. Secondary target. Secondary target's maybe a little bit better, so it might be better to go for the rubber factory. Tertiary target, fair with 4/10. Yeah, I think we can do it. I think we can probably attack this. Fairly sure we can give it a good go. Shouldn't be too difficult to spot. We've got the industrial complex just to the west of it, so it should be quite easy to spot. So it's just then to the east of that. So yeah, I'm fairly confident we can hit it. Certainly give it a good go. So let's just keep on going. Let's have a quick look at the engines. We can see there, engine 3 is just running a little bit rougher. Probably a little bit more fuel. Yeah, a bit more fuel in sort of fuel tank 3 makes sense, because engine 3 is not running quite as well as it should be. Apart from that, it's all looking pretty good. Still no injuries either. So let's keep on going. Try and get through this flak, and yeah, let's see if we can take this target out. Oh, there's not looking good news for the lead bomber. Looks like we've got a fuel leak on engine 2 now. So, looks like that's, yeah, draining pretty quickly. So, I think the fact that engine 1 is, so engine 3 is pretty crap, and we've got a fuel leak on engine 2, I think I may withdraw these and just carry on with the other 5 bombers. Otherwise, a long way back home. If engine 2 goes, then they're going to really struggle. So I think I'm going to make the executive decision that they're going to leave the formation and do that. How do I do that? So return to base. To leave formation, I don't want to return to base. Yeah, I'm sure if you do any other bomber, it says leave formation, but it doesn't say that in the lead aircraft. Okay, no, that's not ideal. Okay, well I might just have to persevere then. They might just, fingers crossed, they'll be okay and they can get back. This engine's going to run out of fuel in a second, so that one's going to have to be feathered. Then engine 2 is going to suffer. Maybe if that one shuts down, they might just return, they might just drop out of formation anyway. So they might just naturally do that, then we can, the number 2 can then take over. Oh, one of the other bombers have got a fuel leak as well. Oh, there we go. I think we've lost them. Not too sure what bomber that was, but it looks like they've been lost. Who's that? It's not the last. I think that's Easy does it. Easy does it on there. Second mission. I'm not too sure this one was going to make it back because he's got an engine number 3 out and he's losing fuel from the engine 4 as well, so I think this is going to be a ditch, unfortunately, which I actually think it's going to be a bailout, so I think we're going to have to get rid of these. Let's just see if I can go back to them. There we go. Let's see if we can, what's the bailout commands? Well, they're bailing out. I'm not too sure they're all going to get out, but no, that's not looking very good. Never mind. Good couple of hits. too far away from a bomb run now. Yeah. There you go, there's the lead bomber. They're pulling out. Hopefully they can at least head back towards the UK. So 2 bombers down. One's already been shot down. Right, just about approaching the bomb run now. We got. Let's see if we can get you. No, too slow. Yeah, still lots of fighters. Some all over us. Lead bombers dropped out of formation. They're heading back to England as best they can. They'll try. It looks like they're doing okay. I've dropped their bombs. So yeah, we'll get back to them when we can. An injury so far as well. Yeah, lots of fighters. So just have to hope the gunners can do their job. Absolutely loads of fighters. Our position looks pretty good, so I'm happy with that. So we're just got to find the target straight off the nose. Where is it? It's a big green area there. It's just to the right of the green area. So it's around here, I think, somewhere. Right, let's get you on the bombardier station. Right, so we can find this target. So the target's just to the east of the large industrial complex. I think that's the industrial complex there. So I think that's looking like it could be it. I think that could be the target. Let's just pinpoint that. Like the other bombers. Yeah, they haven't got their bomb bay doors open. Let's see if we can. Might be able to drop the bombs if the bomb bay doors don't open. So there's the main industrial complex, that's the large target which we know about. The chemical factory is just to the east of that, so yeah, it's not really far off. Should be able to see pretty soon. Right, there we go, I think I can see it. There's the target. Perfect. Sort that drift out. Definitely a little bit of cloud cover, but I'm hoping we should be able to keep eyes on the target. It's a little bit flat, that's not going to help either. Looking like it should be reasonably good. Another minute or two. Still seal the target quite nicely. I think this is going to be, should be a pretty decent bomb run this, I think. There we go, that should be good. Bombs released. There we go. The 4 bombers, they've got their bombs gone as well. Good. Alright, there's the industrial complex. So we're aiming right smack bang in the middle here. So this should get most of this. Yeah, it's a good start. Yeah, that's very good. I'd say that's completely destroyed. Bombs are on target. Bombers looking good. They're turning okay. Nice. Right, just quick. Keep an eye on the other bombers. Yeah, we need him to close his bomb bay doors. Go and do that, please, navigator. You're not going to be doing much. So, first bit of the hard work's done. The next bit of hard work is just getting out of enemy territory. Obviously, a very deep mission, this one. Deep into the sort of heart of Germany. So I knew this was going to be quite long, quite tough. Lost 1 bomb already, that was shot down. The lead bomber, they were damaged quite a bit, so they dropped out of formation, but they're heading back home, so hopefully they should be okay, and very likely they should be able to get back to base safely. The other 4 bombers, they seem to be doing okay at the minute. Just fending off these fighters as best we can. Just a little bit, make it a little bit of an easier turn for them. Right, well, we're slowly egressing out the target. There's still a few fighters about, I think, but most of them are leaving us alone. Still got 4 bat bombers from our squadron. The higher squadron still seems okay, and I think, yeah, the lower squadron have got all their 6 bombers. Couple of engines out though. That one's got his engine out. That one looks like it's run out of fuel. That one's smoking a bit. Rest of our bombers, I think we've got a fuel leak in 1 or 2 of them, but the injuries seem okay so far. Our lead aircraft, that's returning home, they are slowly trying to get there. We just have to basically try and nurse them back. So we're just sort of updating their position every now and again, just sort of around this train line here. So we're just trying to make sure that they can slowly get themselves back to base. It's going to take quite a long time to do that, I think. so it's not going to be a quick thing because I've got to fly now all the way across the Netherlands back to England, and the rest of the squadron only around here somewhere. So yeah, got a little bit way to go, but I'm hoping that it's not going to be a problem. The engines will keep going all that distance. Drop the bombs. There's no injuries, so we've just got to get them nurse them back to base, and hopefully that should be absolutely fine. But yeah, not doing too badly. Just slowly coming out of the target area now, so may just clip a little bit of flak zones there, go back through these zones, trying to avoid the fighter defences. Hopefully there won't be any fighters going through this little bit, because they launched the fighters earlier, so hopefully we won't see any fighters coming back, and then we just skirt around here again and then head back to base. So hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. As soon as we get past this bit here and outside the sort of flak zones, hopefully we should be okay, and it should be pretty straightforward getting back to base. I'll keep an eye on things and make sure we're all good. Right, looks like the bad penny has finally run out of fuel, as has one of the bombers down there, so let's just secure this for them. There we go. So that's that secured. Again, absolutely fine, no injuries. I think one of the other bombers has got a very light fuel leak somewhere, but I don't think it's going to bother them too much, and shouldn't be any problems getting back to base. But that's that done, and we just obviously nurse these bombers back home. Okay, so we've got a few last fighters, enemy fighters, just as we sort of exit this sort of zone. So just do what we can, hopefully we can just see these off. We should really be keeping the finger on the trigger, but there we go. So just a few more fighters to see off. We're not actually that far away from the boundary of the enemy fighter defences, so I'm hoping we can get there pretty quick, and then they can just effectively just leave us alone. But last little bit, just to defend ourselves, then get out of here. Ammunition is still looking pretty good, at least. I think the ball turret's out of ammunition. Yeah, he's definitely done. here we are, so back at base, finally got everyone back. We have lost a couple of bombers, I think, from the lower squadron. Don't quite know what's happened to them. Maybe they collided, I don't know, or shot down by the fighters, not exactly sure what's happened. But we lost 2 from the lower squadron. The lead aircraft is almost home, finally back over English soil, not far away from base either, just keeping on its fuel because it's getting very, very low on fuel, but I'm hoping it's just going to manage to get back to base and land. So all the bombers that are left, so not doing too badly. The main one I'm going to worry about is this last one here. Seems to be a few control issues, lots of aileron deflection, so I think I'll be landing him first as soon as I can. Just getting him on the ground, and then the other bombers should be okay, but we'll just concentrate on this one first. I think who's that going to be? That's the Bad Penny, I think. So yeah, we'll just get the Bad Penny on the ground as soon as we can, and then we can get probably the lead bomber down, and the other bombers as well. The other bombers shouldn't be too bad. I don't think there's any controllability issues, so hopefully we can get these on the grounds normally, and then get on with the debrief.
Taxi to hard stand.
Okay, so this was the lead bomber originally, and we can see here that he's got undercarriage that's not down, so let's see if we can get in quickly and sort him out. We shouldn't really use him, so we can use him to do that. Right, so hopefully the wheel's going to start coming down. I have to crank the right hand landing gear. So it's slowly coming down. Let's deploy the flaps, not the tail wheel. Fairly sure it should be down by the time we land. Quick look outside. Not quite. I might have to go around again for this one. Yeah, it's not quite down, so let's just go around from this approach. Flaps up. Bit of a low level circuit with the gear down. Let's just try that again. Alright, so I can see any bombers coming into land, so going quickly. There is one bomber lands, that's alright, we'll come in behind him, that's okay. Of course, this bomb was very long fueled as well. This is one that was sort of knocked out of formation quite early on in the mission, and then basically just came back to England without dropping the bombs. So yeah, not much fuel left. Doesn't look like it's going to be a particularly good landing by this bomber. Yeah, maybe okay, just about. He's swerving off a little bit. Not too sure if that was one of our squadrons. There we go, we got this one down. Perfect. So that's him down, and just a few others left to go, and then that should be it. Should be quite straightforward, and then we get on with the debrief.
Good landing. Hard stand.
Right, here's the debrief, guys. So managed to land, get all the bombers back apart from obviously the one we lost. So there we go. Got the chemical factory, one bomber down. We knew that. 3 fighters shot down, totally destroyed. That's good. Couple of wounds. Facial wound, Palvika. I wonder if he was maybe part of the bomb that was shot down. Yeah, looking like pretty good hits as well. A few dead people. Okay, yeah, easy does it. So yeah, we lost them. I thought they were bailed out. I thought some did actually bail out, but obviously they didn't, or they didn't survive. So sadly, we lost Easy Does It, and they were on their second mission, I think. So not a very good success rate on that one. So 2 missions. Let's have a quick look at the Squadron Commander's Officer, see what they've got to say. He's still quite happy with the performance, still doing plenty of damage despite the losses. So that's that one done. The next mission, so it should be the 31st now, I think. Yeah, there we go, the 31st. The next mission should be a little bit easier, this one. Shouldn't take quite so long either. It's going to be the airfield down here in Cognac, Chateau Cognac, I think. Which is what they did, so what they bombed on that particular day. So we'll be going down there. There's no flak to worry about, maybe 1 or 2 fighter zones, but we can be in and out quickly, come down the sort of western side over the Brest Peninsula, bomb that quickly, and get out again. The mission after that, where's the mission group thing? The lists, Chateau, I need to look at the other file. I can't actually remember. Need to look at the file, but there'll be another one after that. I think it is, if I'm scratching my brains, where was it? I can't remember. Somewhere. We'll come back to that one after the next mission. But there's the next mission. We'll do that one, and yeah, we'll see how that one goes, and we'll see you on the next mission. Cheerio.